Should we criticize cultures? No. I don't think it's a good idea because usually what happens is that it just becomes racism. People, when they criticize cultures most of the time, they would attach a specific group of people to that culture and then criticize the culture, even though it's basically exactly the same as criticizing a specific group of people. I think that what's a valid thing to criticize is traditions. Because all cultures around the world, I believe, have very good aspects to them. Most cultures have a lot of good in them. There's usually just one or two traditions that's outdated or bad. I'll give you an example. I like the Muslim way of fasting. It's proven to be very healthy for the body and it's very rejuvenating. But I don't like the religious tradition of a 40-year-old marrying a 9-year-old girl. That's one example. Another example is the Chinese. I like their authority, their respect for elderly people and for authority. I don't like the way they kill animals in a cruel way because they believe it makes it taste better. I don't like that tradition. And then in South Africa, I would say one of the only traditions I don't like, because most traditions in South Africa is actually amazing. The only tradition I don't like is the Sangoma traditional healer tradition. Because, most of the times these are people that's exploiting poor people and just getting quick money from them, making them think that they're getting healed from their extreme illnesses. Someone would go to them with HIV and then they say, oh, we can heal you. And then they just take their money. They aren't healed, and it just leaves them in a worse situation. And there's been actually a lot of, if you go online, you'll see there's a lot of ex-traditional healers that's coming out saying that they, use some really terrible methods to try and heal people, like using human body parts and human bones and stuff like that. And it's very bad. That's like the only tradition I can think of in South Africa that is that's not good at all. And you also hear these stories of people in squatter camps going missing and the kids going missing, and a lot of people blame illegal immigrants, and I do think that is true for most of the time, but the other times I do think it could be traditional healers. And there's a lot of traditional healers writing books and stuff and doing interviews now talking about these issues and what they do, and it's really disgusting stuff. And that's really the only, I think, tradition in South Africa that we can criticize and say that's outdated and it's bad.